We're gonna ignore the fact that my music wasn't playing this entire time. We're gonna pretend y'all have been vibing to some lovely music for the last 3.5 minutes. It's fine. This is fine. Still doing a little bit of setup here, but hello. Yeah, also, long time no see. Herb Floors, hello. Oh my god, what am I doing with my life? There we go. That's how you say words. Yes. Good. You know what I hate? I hate hashtags. Like, they help you get noticed, yes, but you have to type them all. Typing them all is not fun. You always have an internal music going on in your head. Kind of, sort of the same way, honestly. Also, vibing is always a fun thing to do. The other day I was vibing and I was kind of just staring at the wall. Did that make me stay up later than I should have? Yes. Do I regret it? Yes. Is there anything I can do about that now? No. Anyways, I don't have my art program open yet, but I can at least move over here. There we go. Hi! Big news in your life, you got diagnosed with ADHD? Oh! Well, I'm hoping they're able to... Anyways, I'm hoping they're able to help you out with that now that you've been diagnosed. What games have I been playing? Since I got back from my trip? Genshin, because they had that update. You heard leggies? Yes, hold on while I pull up this legless monstrosity we're gonna be adding legs to today. I pulled it up last night, panicked because I couldn't find the original file and I thought that it had reset most of my work, but then I found the file again. Apparently I renamed it for some reason. Don't know why. Important life lesson there. Name all your files consistently. If you save multiple versions, be sure to label them as such, because if not, you will just be greatly confused. Like me! Well, my great question is, where did I put that? Oh, here it is. Ah. Almost? Ah. No, wait, not quite. There it is! As you can see, this child has no legs or hair. Did I draw the mouth? I don't think I finished drawing the mouth yet either. An ad! No! That's unfortunate. I'll wait to explain more until that ad ends since this is a tutorial. Ads are so long. I wonder how I can get shorter ads, because I don't think I can make them shorter than they are. I wish I could have just like one 30-second ad. That's annoying. Anyways. I love the absolute vibes of these tunes. They're so nice and calming. Part of something that I love about the Genshin soundtrack is it's so soothing to listen to the music. The fighting tunes are cool, but I honestly prefer the background music for just everyday exploring. And then we get this. When I was a kid on VOIP, I thought when I get older, I'd marry her. I told her. This is a bop in its own right. Anyways, the ad break's about to end, so I'm gonna get back into explaining. Alrighty, got jump scared with that ad there. Anyways, whomst this you drawing? Alrighty, so this is actually a character that I have made to do this tutorial with. And I kind of have this mental goal where I really want to do like every potential version of a dragon that I can from all different cultures as like VTubers. And so I decided to start with a wyvern, which is why the arms are the wings. And I thought it'd be really cool if I made a little tutorial-ish thing about start to end how to draw a VTuber and rig a VTuber. So we're still in the drawing portion. I've highlighted the other 3 parts of this stream on my channel, but this is a little wyvern girl VTuber that I'm doing. Yeah, as you can see, we have not drawn the legs yet. We have not drawn the hair. I'm pretty sure I haven't finished the mouth, and we definitely haven't drawn any clothes. However, I do have the sketch here, so we can at least tell what we're doing, you know? Yeah. Bold! My eyes! Anyways, I don't think I finished that mouth there. I'm positive. How are we doing? Ooh, yeah, I absolutely didn't do the inner part of the mouth. So that will be something else I have to do today as well. She like a Sakura wyvern? That's the vibes I'm getting? That is wonderful, because I was actually going for heavy spring vibes for this character. I wanted the character to just kind of be tied to nature. And I was thinking of like a cute spring little vibe for the character. So if it gives off a cherry blossom vibe, that is the general direction that I wanted to go in. Not necessarily cherry blossoms in particular, but yeah. And the scale texture, yeah. So as you can see, let me minimize this sketch here. As you can see, I don't know how to do scales, so I just use a dot brush. Ah, the ingenuity of just kind of winging it. But yeah, I tried to do scales, kind of. I think the hardest part for this character is probably going to be like if I want to go through here and have the wings fold in. How have I separated the wings? Let's see how I can do this. Hold on. Hello? Oh no. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. It's freaking out. I have issues with my art program sometimes, where it doesn't listen to me, and then if I click while it's not listening to me, it shuts the entire art program and I lose all my progress. So I have to be very careful. Why does it do this? I have no idea. This is a recent development, and I really hope that whatever's causing this gets fixed soon. But I don't even know if I can get, like, an update to patch this out at all. So, okay. Nothing's happened yet, but I'm gonna just... What is... Something should be vanishing here, but nothing is vanishing here. Am I... What? Okay. Why does that not work? Hold on. Why... What? Okay, I need to figure something out here. Come on, switch tools. You got this. I believe in you. I believe in you. Program. Okay, it switched tools. What? Therein lies my problem. I didn't separate them correctly. See, everyone makes mistakes even if you know what you're doing. Ah, okay, so what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna hide... Oh, wait, some of those work. What? See, this is problematic. Hold on, I gotta hide the body for a second. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take everything here. And then I'm gonna make that go away, because that's not supposed to still be there. No. Thank you. Yeah, no, mistakes happen. Things get a little bit wibbly wonk. Even if you're positive, it's like, I have like 3 years of experience. No. You're still gonna mess it up somehow. Anyways, hold on. How did I do this? I've confused myself. I've managed to confuse myself. Okay, so. Don't tell me I did it a second time. There's no way I did this multiple times. Did I not separate anything? Oh boy, I'm starting to think I didn't separate anything. Oh boy. Okay, I didn't separate anything at all. Alright, take 2 of this. Yep. Okay! Now, time to see how I actually separated the arms. Okay, good. That's on a separate layer. That's fine. Uh-huh. Oh, interesting. I made that a separate joint. What did I just add? Oh, I know what I just added. Okay. It's very awkward when I take away the scales, but that's fine. Okay, so I think what I need to do here is... I'm gonna grab this. It's gonna freak out for a second. We're gonna let it breathe. I have to embrace my inner zen when this happens. Okay. I don't think that grabbed the right color. There we go. Now, first things first. There's my ruler. Symmetry ruler, your best friend when making a VTuber model. Unless you want to do something fancy, in which case this could backfire. Now, we're gonna do something that might be a little wibble wonk. But this might be the best way that I can accomplish the closing wing thing that I kind of wanted to do. Maybe. See, it's gonna be tricky is the thing. So I've never really done something like this before. I wonder if I could just... I wonder if there's an easier way I could do this. Hold on. Okay. See, I'm learning with you. That's why my tutorials, I call them semi-tutorials, because I basically just ramble about what I'm doing and answer any questions people have. Okay, so I'm thinking. Here's my thought process. Which one of these am I looking for? Not you. No. No, you? Okay. So this first flap. And this first flap. We're gonna take them. Best way to learn sometimes is to teach. Sometimes. Okay, so we're gonna take these two. We're gonna... Let's copy paste, right? Yeah, copy and paste. Okay, we're gonna copy and paste those. I do not know if it's actually worked. I think it's frozen again. I used to be able to just kind of like full send these without having to wait, so it's kind of irritating that I have to wait now or else lose all my progress. Anyways. Okay, we're gonna cancel that for a second because I don't think that did what I wanted it to do. Maybe if I turn off the symmetry ruler? I've already forgotten where the symmetry ruler is again. Okay. Okay, we're gonna deselect this side. And over here... Yeah, no, that definitely won't work. Okay, so we're gonna have to draw it from scratch. Okay, so back to the symmetry ruler. And I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. If you want to work with something, you always want to lower the opacity if you're drawing over top of it so you don't get confused, because I can and will get confused. You might be fine, but I will get lost very quickly. Okay, so, D-pen. Yes, perfect. Beautiful. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, because we want to have the flap come out and over, right? So... like that. Probably. Darn it. Please. I see, here's a little. We'll fix this. I think it'll work. It's okay. If it doesn't work when we're doing rigging, then we can always just remove the layers and figure something else out. I've had to do this tons of times. I'll make layers and I'll go like, this'll work, and then in actual practice, it doesn't. See, in theory it works, in practice it does not. There's not really a lot of good tutorials out there on how to do things like this for wings when you're rigging. Like, people love to do tutorials for like feathery wings or just like simple wing flapping. But even some of those are kind of iffy. Like, it's not the best. It's just like simple, like if I have to do this where it just goes up and down, like you can find stuff like that. Not really the flapping sort of like that. You can't really get that. I had to figure that out on my own. Okay, so we do need to raise... Oh god. It's doing it again. Embrace our inner zen. I have no patience. Okay. I know I absolutely use some kind of tool here to get that sort of color. Okay, so I'm gonna name this layer wing flap in. Oh wait, I remember now. Hold on. There's a thing that I just recently learned about Live 2D. And I will convey it to you all now. Live 2D can't read spaces. In order for it to understand what you're actually trying to name layers, you need to put underscores instead of spaces. Does this mean I have to go back in and redo every layer's name to have underscores instead of spaces? Yes, but in the end, it's going to make my life a little bit less difficult if I do that. Unfortunately, I did not learn that fact until after I had already started doing this model, but that doesn't mean I can't correct it in the middle. Oh my god, please. Why are we like this? Oh, that's why we're like this. Huh? Okay, good. I thought there was something weird with it for a second, but now it's just the delay again. I do not trust myself to use this tool to do anything. However, at the same time, I am incredibly lazy, so we are going to try to use the tool to do this anyways. Welcome to Enclose and Fill, where I can't draw a straight line, so I mess it up. Now, if you look at this here, it actually worked for once. Am I shocked? A little bit. Didn't expect it to actually work this time, because usually it doesn't work for me. It doesn't like me, especially when it comes right to the ends here. Ooh, yeah, it worked. Okay. I'll take it. Now the question is, what godforsaken tool was I using to do the shading for these wings? Because I must remain consistent. There's probably, I think I had a leather, ooh, it might be this one. And I'm silly. I did this on the wrong layer. Immediately. Made that mistake. Okay. Much. Why are we so slow right now? Why are we doing that? Oh. Okay. Feels like I should have something darker. Okay, well, I am gonna try and blend it a little bit better. Hello, Thradix. Which I'm gonna do by grabbing the original color and then doing that. And then crying about it. Yep, nope, I already done goofed it. Yep, what is that? What did I do? That's, nope. Incorrect. False. Okay. I'm thinking maybe do a little bit of a blend? Or maybe I should do blur instead. Blur does not transfer on the tool for symmetry in Clip Studio. So you do have to, like, blur both sides. That can give it a little bit of sense of uniqueness because it's not identical on both sides, how they're blurred. Actually, I don't think I should have used the blur tool. I think maybe I should have done... That's not it. Maybe this? Maybe? See, that makes it a little bit interesting. However, I am gonna have to fidget with that to get it to be a little bit more... Now I'll have to fidget with it some more. Go back up to the regular blur, kind of like tap it here and there. That's what we're gonna go with. That might not be identical to the shading because it's been a bit since I've done this, but it is at least a start. Anyways, this will be like an inner wing flap. We're gonna merge the line with the layer below as soon as the program loads and lets us do so. And we can most assuredly hide that main flap behind the flap in rigging. So I think that it'll work out just fine. Oh. I forgot I added the God Eater 3 soundtrack, and I was like, what is playing right now? But nah. Like, okay, so merge with layer below. You can get the merge with layer below by right-clicking on a layer, and then it should be one of the options in the little drop-down list of options that appears. Or drop up, depending on where it's placed, because sometimes it goes shoop up, and sometimes it goes shoop down, depending on how high or low you are on that list of layers. Anywho, now, in order to separate the layer, because I am not making this same goddamn mistake again, we are going to turn off the symmetry ruler, do that, cut and paste, wait for it to load, slowly. Hello. Okay, and then when it loads, we're gonna go in and we're gonna rename it so that it has an L or an R, because we know what we're about here. And then that way, ba-boom, they're separate. Now, I must go in and rename literally every single layer that has a space in it. Do I hate that? Yes. But we're gonna do it anyways. Because that is important in order for Live 2D to figure out its life. Oh my god. Hi! Thank you for the resub! I need to get used to that sound, I swear. Okay, what is... confusion. Okay, we'll put those things away. That one works. That one works. That one works. I just have a random copy of that layer, so we're gonna get rid of that. Because we don't need copies here. Oh, it's stretch! Oh, God! Okay. We'll do a little save while I'm stretching. And I'll hydrate, don't worry about it. Alright. Hey, get out the chair. Oh. I forgot my suitcase was there and I bonked it. I bonked the back of my leg. Ah! There's too many things happening at once. Oh, now I need to go get my candy. Up around. Okay, alright. And now I don't have my candy back here. I did the other day, but I don't right now. So I'm gonna have to go grab my candy so I can do a snack. Let me get water first. Okay. I am going to be right back in just a moment. Is this me? Okay, off I go. I go get snack. Snack. I'll be back with snack. I'll have Japanese candy. Okay, I have returned with the candy. I got some completo. I quite enjoyed this completo, but I never finished it. Okay, now let me just... there we go. Came in really cute packaging, so I'm kind of like... I've gone out of my way to not damage the packaging because I think it's really cute. We got all kinds of colors in here. We got white ones, we got green ones, we got blue ones. That's it. That ends the colors, but I'll just take a little handful of these candies and wow. All I know about these candies is one of the flavors is definitely watermelon because they remind me of watermelon dum-dums. If you even know what I'm talking about. Oh god. Oh my god. Continuing on the correction of the layer names. Oh no. I love dum-dums, but only the watermelon ones. As a child, if there were no watermelon dum-dums, I simply did not have any. Okay, I have to rename literally every layer here as well. It's gonna take a while to do the renaming, but it'll be worth it in the end. Yeah, I used to do the thing where, like, I would go with my mom or something to, like, the bank. And the bank people would, like, give you a little candy. Because, like, you know, there's a kid in the car. Ooh, ah, give them a little piece of candy. Keep them occupied so they're not bored. And it was just, like, a really nice thing for the bank tellers to do. And I would love getting the dum-dums, but every time they gave me something that was not, like, a watermelon dum-dum, I would get upset because I was a little, drama queen of a child. I really want to combine the line layers with the other layers. Like, it bothers me. So we're gonna do that. You like the root beer ones? I'd never had the root beer ones. I was a very picky child. So I didn't try a lot of things. Like, I had to have these specific foods or I simply was not going to eat. I'm getting there, I'm getting there. Soon I'll be able to actually start on new stuff. A lot of renaming and layer merging to make up for my past mistakes. I'm afraid to click anything. Oh, nope, that did that wrong. It's trying to figure its life out. I am afraid. I've almost made it up to the face in terms of layer renaming. Now, if I do this, then in theory, it will be able to know what I'm naming all of my layers. And now that I've made it back up to mouth, I'm gonna fix what I've named the mouth layers and then start working on the inner mouth, because I didn't do that one for whatever reason. I do not know what possessed me to skip that step. guess this should be a sign to myself. Never skip steps, even though you think they're tedious, because it's just gonna come back to bite you in the end, because you're gonna have to do it anyways. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of the mouth line and the other mouth line. We have this little fang. And we're gonna get rid of the... oh my god, did I do the inner mouth? I did do the inner mouth! When did I do that? Okay. I need a facepalm toggle. Legitimately, the number of times that I have... okay. I'll just keep that in mind for my 5.0. Okay, time to rename all of those. Where do I even have that part? Just... there we go. Okay. Wild. The things that you erase from your own memories. Insane. Okay. You're wondering where the tip of the tongue is. It's right here. I turned it off for various reasons. I think I explained why whenever I did this. Because I don't work on this thing off of stream, so one of my highlights has this information. I currently do not, because I forget what I'm doing all the time. As evidenced by the fact that I legitimately forgot that I had done the inner mouth already. Now, there is a little bit of a thing that I want to do to kind of help with perspective, with the horns. So I will have to go back in and make the horns better than they are. Because the way they are now, I don't think is going to work. Okay, come on, work for me. Let me rename these layers. The sooner I can do this, the sooner I can actually draw. This is a tutorial, after all. The only thing I'm tutorialing is my inevitable decline of my sanity. Oh, oh no. Oh god. Oh, I'm so scared. Oh, thank god. For a second, I thought I clicked something while the program was frozen, and I was so sure the whole entire program was gonna close. Oh wait, no, I forgot to turn the lines back on. Just need to give that a nice little safety save right there. For my own sanity. Because I'm not gonna sit here and rename all of these layers only to lose that. I will scream. I need to figure out where this particular version of the file is saved because I could not find the original version of the file. I have no idea where it went. I discovered it through Clip Studio directly, but I have no idea where the original save of this file is, which is terrifying. Oh, of course, there are so many eye parts. Of course! The entire first hour is just renaming layers because she learned something new. But hey, at least because I learned this, y'all will know it ahead of time and you won't have to worry about it, right? Yeah. And then you can just name your name your, layers like this from the get-go so you don't have to go in and rename every single one. Remember, underscores, not spaces. Trust me, having Live2D know what you're naming your files as opposed to just having everything be like, oh, art mesh 583. It's gonna be so much easier to actually find what you're working with. Oh no. It's happening again! Eventually I'll learn why my art program is doing this to me, because again, as I said, it didn't used to do this. This is a relatively new development, and it is very stressful. Okay, that's all the eye stuff. Oh yay, now the lash layers where there's 500 freaking spaces and different names for some reason. Jeez. Ba, ba, ba. Bum, 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 bum. Bum. I hope you can hear this keyboard because this is 90% of the tutorial right now. Do I need to start uploading my tutorials to YouTube? Yes, I do. Will they actually help anyone? Who knows? That is the goal. That's the lash layers. That's the rest of the face. And Yahtzee! That is all the layers renamed properly. Now, we can actually work. Now, what I said I was gonna do in order to help the perspective of the horns is I think I'm gonna cut it into like a top part and a bottom part. I feel like that would help immensely. But what I need to do that, I think, is gonna be a little bit more... It's a process. Now, how are we going to do this, you ask? First and foremost, we're gonna duplicate the layers with the horns. As soon as the computer decides it's able. Okay, good. We've moved on. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the original layers and I'm going to lower their opacity, which you can't see right now. I'm going to turn on the ruler. I can keep everything as identical as possible. And then I'm going to go down here. Maybe not that one. Oh, maybe this one. And we're gonna kind of sort of... Oh, I love how that's just not working. Remember when I said I wanted that to work? God, I hate this. Okay. You ever just not have anything go the way you want to do? That's fine. Okay, so our goal is to do something like this. But on both sides. Oh, wait, excuse me. Did you actually... You supposed to erase that. Bruh. Don't tell me I was just smearing it around. Here's what we gonna do. Here's what we gonna do. We're gonna backtrack our entire process here to make sure nothing got smeared. Right? We can't have smearing. I can hear the computer whirring, so I'm giving it a second. Okay, there we go. Now, take 2. Just the upper part of the horn here is what we want to keep. Just that upper part. Okay. Now, we're going to kind of flip this around where we have the upper part be see-through and the lower parts not be see-through. We gotta be really careful with this one because we don't want to erase too far and have it not mesh together rightly. See, like, you can kind of see here where there's a problem, right? I think I could have done this in a better fashion. Here's what we're gonna do. Wrong. False. No, wait, not false? No, wait, it is false. We're gonna go to about here. We're gonna stop. We're gonna turn up the opacity. And then we're gonna turn back down the opacity for both. I can kind of see where they meet here. You see here is where they meet. Yeah. Are you kidding me? I turned down my brush here. Okay. So that side is fine. This side needs some help. That's wrong. False. Incorrect. There we go. That's gonna have to be the best for that. And so with that, we've kind of divided it into an upper horn part, and we've made mistakes. why we check. Oop, we're switching tools. Time for it to freak out again. Did I choke? Perhaps a little bit. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Okay, so we're gonna do this just to make sure right here that that's completely empty. Now, take 2 on that. So as you can see, we now have top horn part, bottom horn part. That's good, right? Nothing's left behind. So we're gonna now split it into horn L bottom and horn L top. Using the underscores for the spaces this time. And the same for this one here. Now, finally, we can work on the legs. Which is where this stream was originally supposed to be going. As soon as it saves. I think it's saved. That was a bit quick. I'm not used to it saving that quickly. That's suspicious. Well, first things first. Turn off the wings, reduce the body, turn on the sketch layer so I can see what I'm doing with the sketch. I lied, I'm an idiot. Turn back up the wiper. Turn off the sketch. We need the line color first. I like to use the same line color consistently. Now we can turn down the wiper and turn on the sketch. Okay, now, the way I sketched the legs might not necessarily be the way that I want the legs to actually be. So we may have to fidget with them a bit to get them to look the way that I think will be truly the best way for them to look. Okay. Now. 10. Right, I didn't make a layer to actually draw the lines on. That would be a problem. I'm still using vector layers for all the lines because I just think it's easier to edit those. Now if I just do a nice little... Oh, what did I do? That's not it. Maybe. You have to think about this one, like visually. Is that gonna come across good? Is it gonna come across weird? We're gonna make another layer, and then from that layer, we're gonna go in and we're gonna... get rid of the sketch for a second. Okay, measurements wise. Measurements wise, I think I need to fidget with how far down the thigh go. Because I don't think it matches up. So, lasso. We're gonna ignore that weird little pop-up that I just got, and we're gonna try and... Oh, you see? We're on the wrong layer. This is why you name your layers. I'm thinking we bring it down just teeny bit, just tiny bit. And if we do that, and then we have that, or the other option, hold on while I'm doing measurements here. Immaculate. It needs to be immaculate. Okay. What if I... What if I just don't do that? And then instead, I take this one, and I move it up. If I do the measurements here... Oh yes, that's way more even. Okay. See, the way I do legs, this is not the way a lot of people do legs, I've noticed, which I don't know why. Because at least this is how my legs work. So like, okay, no, if I do the measurements, do this. Yeah, okay, so my shins and my thighs are pretty much equal lengthwise. I've noticed a thing that people do a lot is they make the thighs longer than the shin. And there goes that ad. But yeah, I'm not sure why they make the thighs longer than the shins proportionally. It, in my opinion, looks a little bit odd in drawing sometimes. Then again, maybe that's just the way my body's proportioned. It's entirely possible that there are people whose thighs are longer than their shins. And I'm just not one of those people because I'm a small bean. Who knows? That is not how you draw that line. Friends forever. You know, even though I'm a ghost, blue sheep, I will always love you the most. Blue friend, blue will take the pain away. Blue sheep, so we can see the sun another day. Forget about the days of past. Blue sheep, our friendship is the one that will last. Blue friend, you know we can make it through, me and you. So give everyone a little bit of blue. Okay, and then we need to add some knees here. Knees are important. Wait for this few seconds to pass before I draw the knees. Okay, now that the ad is over, We gotta draw some knees. How do knees work? I don't freaking know. There is someone who's like, oh, you know, you just draw the freaking structure of the kneecap, however that is, and then you go in and then you erase some stuff, and then you just, you know, I can't erase with this brush. They're like, oh, you erase some stuff, and then you just, you know, you fill in the gaps, and then it's like, sure. Yeah. No. Yeah, I can't do that one. Does not mesh at all with my art style. It's not a good fit for my art style. So I have to kind of try and guesstimate, and I'm like, okay, how do I want kneecaps to look? Like, do I want to do something like this? Do I want to do both? Do I want to do none? Do I want to do just one? Like, look at that. Could go either way, honestly. Like, I'm not sure that I vibe with the 2 necessarily. Like, I might just do a 1. Something to just go, hey, look, there is a kneecap. Like, right here. No. Definitely not. Definitely not. No. I don't like that either. We're gonna, like, there's a knee. Here's where the knee is. How does that look? Kneecaps are a challenge. Are they the same level of challenge as drawing hands? No. As drawing feet? No. But they are a challenge nonetheless. Because what is this? I'm gonna leave it alone for now before I get hyper fixated on the kneecaps. And then we're gonna turn the sketch layer back on. So as you can see here, I had a clear intent to do something with these feet. At some point. But what I want to do right now is I kind of want, you see this here? I want to even this out. And then on this side also even this out. So that's like the ankle right there. Right there, that's the ankle. Now, in terms of feetses, I was trying to run there. Okay, so I drew on the wrong layer. Easy solution. Cut paste. Move down. Merge with the correct layer that it's supposed to be on. Perfect. There we go. Now it's attached. Now. Feet. Now. I need to stop saying now. We are gonna take this and then draw one little toe. Even though this is the big toe. We're gonna call it little. Ooh, that doesn't look good. See, this is why symmetry rulers are important. No, that equally sucks. Okay. Let's just undo that entire thing right there. I'm just not particularly good at drawing toes, although recently I've started to observe my toes and go, okay, how do toe do things? Because toes do be difficult. Oh god, both lines here just didn't. Okay, again? Hold on. Excuse me. Be attached to line, please. Thank you. I don't know how to do. 2 toe. 3 toe. No, that's not. Toe's not big enough. Toes must be bigger. Okay. 1 toe. 2 toe. 3 toe. 4 toe. And that's gonna go in a little bit and then up to ankle. Right? That is foot. I think you do them just fine. Well, I definitely do them better than I used to. That's the point of practice. Definitely have to close that line. Yep, okay, and then we're gonna go in, we're gonna draw some little toenails that will never see the light of day, so there's really no point, and I don't know why I bother, but we're gonna draw them anyways. Toes! How did I do that, you ask? I have no idea. This is a part of the tutorial where I will be of little to no assistance. Feel free to, like, stare at it 500 times and try and reverse engineer how I drew every single one of those lines, because I can't repeat it. It's just... I'm not necessarily sure I enjoy the curvature of the foot here. It's got a bit of a curve on it. But we are going to live with that curve as best as we can. Now we're gonna have to do these parts one at a time. The first part being the thighs. Thigh. Quick little safety save first, though. That was a lot of line art I just did. Now, if I'm lucky, today I'll be able to start working on the clothes, but I really don't think I'm going to get past the hair today. Hair is one of the more elaborate processes I go through. And I remember how things work. Okay. Now here's what I need to do, which sometimes you will have to do this in order to just figure out what you're doing. I have to make the background color of the quote-unquote paper darker, so I can see if there are any gaps between the lines and the color, because sometimes I will be kind of like bungled. I'll bungle it, and you don't want to bungle it, because even if no one else will notice it, trust me, you will notice it, and it will drive you insane. Like even this right here. You can see right here where kind of outside the line a little bit. We're just gonna correct that. Here we still have some lines. There'll be a lot of trial and error here. Because if anything goes outside the line and you decide to have a particularly dark background for your character or your branding, it's basically it'll be a noticeable issue. What I'm doing is I'm going through and I'm making sure that I don't miss any spots and that I don't go outside the lines. This is a problem. As you can see here, this needs to be adjusted a little bit as well. And then we want to save time, so we're gonna go to the paint bucket tool. And it's gonna freeze. So we're gonna waste time. Alright. And then we're gonna fill that. And making sure, especially on the parts we colored over, because like, look at that. See here, there's a little bit of a problem there. That just bothers me personally. It will not be visible, but it bothers me personally, so I don't care. I'm fixing it. So we're gonna go through the lines for all of this, and we're just gonna kind of like sure that it kind of like didn't bonk up here, especially at the top or at the bottom. Oh, here we go. There's a little bit of a problem here. Just a little bit outside the line. Even that one ended up pretty much fine though. Just kind of go over it one more time. Yeah, okay. As you can see, that's a little bit bungled right now. We have to make sure this lines up. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna lock in that layer's opacity so I can't draw outside of it. And then we're gonna go to the paintbrush tool. We're gonna go to whatever tool that you particularly enjoy for shading. If it's not a paintbrush, by no means do you have to use a paintbrush. Feel free to use whatever kinds of brushes, crayons, pencils, whatever tools you have at your disposal that you prefer. Because, like, I've seen some people do some cool textures on their Vtuber model. So if you want to do something like that, you can choose whatever brush you want. And then you're gonna just kind of like go in and match everything up here. Okay, that is a little bit bonky, but we can easily fix that. But Ryu, if it's too bonky, will we not be able to fix it? Yeah, I mean, anything can be fixed if you try hard enough. Like, for example, go back here. Oh, look, I have the skin tone. I'm just gonna ever so lightly paint over. Yeah, look at that. There, that way it's less aggressive. A little little bit of blur. Ooh, that's a lot of a blur. Not... Oh, I forgot. I'm a silly person. The blurring don't work on both the layers. I forgot. That's the thing that happens. Okay, that'll do for now. Now what you're gonna want to do is, before you merge these layers, you are gonna want to like drag them and drop them where you want them to be in the grand scheme of the body. Now I have a folder for lower body, and I'm gonna put them there, and of course that's not the correct location I want them at. I want them about there, yeah. Okay, so... At no point do I expect this model to ever have anything under their clothes come to light, but you can kind of like look at it, gauge it yourself. Is there anything awkward about the shading, something that you might want to fix, something you might want to tweak? For now, I'm gonna call this fine because, again, I don't expect anything to actually come of this part of the layer. This is just kind of to have everything underneath. If anything, doing this helps me practice, like, anatomy and stuff like that. But, anyways. So this is a good start for me. So we're gonna merge these layers together. And we're gonna turn off the ruler so that I can go in here and I can do... that. And then name them respectively by L by R. Perfect. Okay. We're gonna keep the wings off for a bit. Teeny weeny little save again. Never can be too careful. Okay. And this next one we're going to work on is, of course, going to be the shins. Shins! Now, if you haven't already got the original skin color selected, just easy select it. I usually, if it's a character that I do a lot, or a character I'm planning on doing a lot of in the future, I'll usually have a color palette saved for it. Like for my own personal model, I have a color palette for that. I think I forgot to turn the ruler back on. That was all okay. I need to get an art tablet with a bigger screen because, like, I want working on a relatively small screen right now, so having a bigger one would be really helpful. I'm doing some research into the creative displays, I think they're called. It's the art tablets that have the screens on them so you can see what you're doing. Because I kind of use my art tablet as my secondary screen. You want to get into doing digital art, but you're afraid you won't have the hand-eye coordination for a standard art tablet, which doesn't have a screen, then just know there are plenty of options out there for you. I mean, heck, some people use their iPads with, like, an Apple Pencil. Some people use their iPads with their darn fingers. Could I ever do that? Absolutely not. I am not talented in that department. I'm sure I would be good at it if I practiced. But I have not practiced, so I'm not good at that right now. I hate how I just barely sort of missed the mark here, and then I gotta reconfigure it. So most of the time, I put the shins underneath the layers for the thighs. There are some rare exceptions. Those rare exceptions being whether or not the leg actually looks better with the shin on top. However, most of the times that's a no, so... Boom, and we're gonna verify that everything's alright here. We're gonna make a little bit more. Oh, hello. See what's going on here. Going outside the lines, doing all kinds of crazy things. Oh, now what I want to do... Sure. Yep, that works. Same thing as last time, you're gonna lock your layers so you make sure nothing escapes. And then you're going to use your little brush and you're gonna paint in some shade. Now I'm hoping that will be good. Just like the last time, we're gonna take these. We're gonna drop them down here. To the folder with the lower body. See this here? That's too defined. That's something that you need to, like, take note of. However, real easy solution here. We're gonna go in here. I'm gonna merge the thigh layers back together just so that I can fix this problem. See, that, in my opinion, looks significantly better. Select both the shins and the thigh now, because we have to re-separate the layer. Cut and paste. As you can see, here are our little kneecaps. I have this weird feeling like I'm going to have to redo a lot of stuff. So we're gonna make a layer for our knees and turn that symmetry ruler back on. Never forget that symmetry ruler. We're gonna take our darker color first because I feel like that's gonna work better. We're gonna try and basically give the knees like a structure. Do I know what I'm doing? Absolutely the heck not. Don't trust me, I'm a psychopath. In fact, I'm experimenting right now. So I definitely have no idea what I'm doing. Trying to figure out how best to sort of formulate this whole thing. Maybe if I like blend that on the inside. I get rid of that. What if I feel like it's not good enough. Like I feel like maybe too okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna redo this. So I'm actually gonna start like further over here and then maybe like be like, okay, here's a kneecap. I don't know how kneecaps look, but I'm guessing I'm kneecapping. trying to figure out how to do kneecaps in like a good way, you know? Kneecaps are hard. Oh god. Hit Freezity again. I don't know how to draw kneecaps and it's showing. Haha. As you can tell, art is a lot of experimentation. I legitimately suck at kneecaps. Like, even if I do something like this, I don't think I can make it look good, is the thing. Sacrifice you for nothing. We're still dying in vain. Why are kneecaps so difficult? Kinda wishing I had saved that kneecap tutorial now. Because even if it didn't mesh with my art style, it was at least something. Hold on a minute. This one is dumb. I kind of want to try it. Found a dumb tutorial that said to draw a bird's face, so we're gonna give that a shot. Okay. So the way they had it was I'm sitting here using a tutorial on my own tutorial. It's dumb. Okay, so they had like what looked like a little beak. And they had little eyes here. And they had like a line here or something. They also had lines here on either side of this. This works. I'll cry actual tears, everyone. Okay, and then they said add shading. That's not shade. Paintbrush. So shade the bottom part here. said to blend the color. The only thing I can do to blend the color is to use your color. Now maybe I can use the actual blend tool. I'm just not good at using the blend tool. Maybe I hate it. Yeah, let's cut it some slack here, make it less muscular maybe. I mean, I guess it's better than what I had. I love that I used a tutorial in the middle of my own tutorial. Hi everyone, it's me, Ryu. I'm definitely put together. Okay, so the tutorial I followed said to make like an angry looking bird and then blend it. I tried my best. It doesn't look awful. So I might roll with that for now. If you add the lines don't even match up anymore, but I don't even know if I like the lines or if I prefer to just have it like that. Actually, I might tweak it a little bit more. Just do that. Yeah. A little bit hobbledy-bonk, but, you know, better than nothing. So, take note, everyone. Angry bird face. In fact, I'll probably share the tutorial I used, to my Discord later. So, because that's only fair. If I'm sitting here using a tutorial during my tutorial, I need to share the other tutorial I found. Only makes sense. Now, I don't like how this one is less pronounced than this one. I feel like it needs to be the same. I feel like maybe that's a blending issue. Sure. If I don't like one side, I can just copy-paste. Now, for the knees, same thing. You're gonna remove the ruler, you're gonna... First of all, I'm gonna undo that so I can see what I'm doing. Perfect. Alright. So. Bonk. So I gotta separate those into left and right. Come on. Oh, I wanted you to go above the thighs. Darn you. First things first. For now, I'm gonna clip them. Oh, no, we're not gonna clip them. That looks truly awful. Oh, I didn't unclip them, I just turned them off. Yeah, okay, that's what I want. Because we need to clip them to the entirety of the leg or else it's not gonna work. So it's just gonna look a little bit weird while we're working on it. Okay. We have one more set of things to do, and it's the feet. way. Make a layer called foot. Do a nice little save real quick. Because that kneecap took me way too long. I don't want to do it again. Oh, ow. Whoa. Ooh. Okay, I stretched a little weird. Weird stretch, weird stretch. Now. Turn that ruler back on. And very carefully. Ah! See, I've already made a mistake. Bonk. Now the typical investigation begins. I know that that's not colored, but I don't want that to go over the line and then to look a little bit wonky, so we're just kind of leaving that there. In fact, I might just go ahead and that. Okay, no. Gaps between the lines I don't like. Go in and we're gonna fix those. Okay. It should be good enough. Now we get to color the feet in. Do our usual stop. Ooh, a bit big, isn't it? Okay. Now, if you thought I didn't know how to shade kneecaps, even more so do I not know how to shade toes. I'm pretty sure, you know, the bottom is gonna be darker than the top. That makes logistical sense. Because if you're standing on it, it ain't gonna be in the light. I put little dots between the toes because I'm pretty sure that would do something, honestly. And use a nice light blur here. Good, good, good. So that's a good start. Not too bad, I'm thinking. Now, You won't see the toenails, but right now the toenails are really boring and that bothers me. And if you do end up wanting to expose your toenails, maybe you want to do something with them. So I'm going to color them and make them pretty. Even if it's just a little bit. We're going to do a nice little... Oh, it froze. Anyways, we're gonna do a nice little multiply layer for just a little bit. Flip it to that layer. Like a pink. Go in here, we're gonna like... a little bit of pink on the toes. But Ryu, why only a little bit of pink, you ask? It'll be fine. We're gonna go to blur. Gonna kind of blur it a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and it's gonna give it a little bit of a something to it, but then we're also going to merge that with the foot layer, and then we're gonna come in with, I'm gonna say, maybe the skin color? No, we're not. The skin color's not light enough, and that bothers me. Oh, and it froze again. Anyways, you would come in with a lighter color. A lot of people like to go with the skin tone sometimes, but the skin tone is not light enough here because I still have the skin tone on a lot. So I'm gonna like hit it with like a white, like it has a bit of a clear coat on it maybe. Not a lot, it's just a little something going on the toenails. It's not like perfect, but it's something at least. Now, we're gonna separate them feet. Bonk. Now my main question, which I shouldn't be asking this because I'm the one holding the tutorial session, is do I have the feet above the leg or below the leg? Here's how you decide. You drag it all the way down. And the first place you're going to put it is you're going to put it below everything. And you're going to look at it and you're going to go, does that look right? Do I want that? And then if you look at it and you go, no, I think that looks weird, then you're gonna move it above the lower legs. And then go with that. Personally, I think I'm fine either way, but I think that one looks slightly less awkward, so I'm actually gonna put them above the legs. Now we can finally change our paper color back. And give that a nice little save. Alright, so we are officially not done with the base of the character because I just realized we still have to do the tail. I almost skipped it. But what is a dragon without a tail? If I don't give her a tail, she's just a bat. Okay. Tail time. goes away. Okay. Alright, so the only thing that we should really have up is the sketch for the wings and the tail right now. Which... oh wow, that's so mega helpful. Wow, okay. What about this one? What about you? This was from the earlier part of the tutorial where I was like, look, you can just do stupid stuff to come up with designs. And then I ended with that. Yeah, okay. That wasn't what I intended to open up, but yeah. I'm gonna have to wing it for the tail placement because for whatever reason I made a cardinal mistake and didn't draw the entirety of the tail underneath everything else. Never do that when you're making a VTuber model. Everything must be drawn. Everything. Anyways, we're gonna, I guess, use this as a reference to figure out where the rest of this goes. The way it's looking is like I wanted to separate it at this joint here. Which I guess makes sense. Yeah, I can work with that. Have you put tattoos on a VTuber before? Yes, kind of. So there was a model that I worked on before that had these sort of emblems on their character and scars. It was mostly scars, but there were a few that were actual symbols. They weren't very complex, though, so I haven't done, like, any complex types of tattoos or anything like that. Just, like, sort of symbols, so to speak. If I did do tattoos, I think I'd want to find, like, a good textured brush for that to, like, give them the right vibe. Like, I want him to look legit. Thinking about using the same color line art that I used for the— whoa, my god, not on my white! How dare you, the audacity. There we go. Now, starting here. Ouch. Pain, physical pain. There is hurt, but I am fine. That'll do just fine, I think. Okay, second phase of the lining. We have to pick up where that left off, and then zoop our way up here. Now, fun fact about wyverns. I don't know if I talked about this in my other tutorials, but fun fact about wyverns, they have like a poison barb at the end of their tail. So, I decided to do this kind of spike. And I do want to make it look spikier than this, so I have to kind of do some erasing on the lines to kind of give it that sharp point that I want it to have. Something here, I want it to be a little bit sharper looking. This is a little janky looking, can confirm, so I kind of want to take this And we're gonna redraw it, and then we're gonna redraw the other part of the tail to match what we're doing here. Whoop, nope, that's too chunky. How dare you. Listen, I'm all for a chunk tail, but the chunk tail has to look right. It has to look proportionate. Here we go. Now. Ooh, do I want to just leave it like that? No, I don't want to leave it. Okay. Whoops. Okay. I'm thinking that'll do, because that part, this part here, is going to be, like, hidden by the front part. I think this will work for now. Yeah, I like to have some level of consistency when I'm doing, like, shading or any other things like that, so I probably will have the same type of scales on the tail. Yeah. This is going to be tail front. Actually, it's gonna be tail mane. And the last part can be tail tip. Tail mane, tail tip. So remember before when I said we could turn the paper color back? That was before I realized we still had to do the tail, so I am indeed a liar, and we have to start again. Or else stuff like this will happen, and that's unfortunate, so we're gonna... As you can tell, I'm using a much bigger brush now to do the coloring because I got bored and I'm impatient, so I must do things faster. Always take as much time as you need if you're making a VTuber model, because they can take quite a bit of time. Like, I've been working on my 5.0 since... oh jeez, I've probably been working on it for like a solid 4, 5 months, something like that. Long time. And I still haven't even gotten to the part where I'm like doing line art for anything. As the tail gets thinner, this is going to get easier. I'm paranoid and I think something slipped out. We're going to do that. Okay. We're trying to avoid that exact problem. Now, for a VTuber, you can have lore for any sort of thing that you want to do. Like, I've seen some insanely creative, unique ideas for backstories for characters. Mixes of creatures that one would never even typically think to mix. But overall, they're very unique and creative ideas, and I love seeing and hearing all the unique and creative ideas. This project is just my passion project to bring different cultures, dragons, to the forefront. Because, like, right now, I'm doing a wyvern, which... I don't know, there's a handful of wyvern VTubers out there. Not, like, a lot, but, like, a handful. But I'm hoping one day to get into other types of mythical serpents, like... Because every culture has some kind of mythical, mystic, like, serpent from their folklore or their mythology, and it's really intriguing to read about the different ones. Now, am I afraid that I will do something that wrongly reflects a culture when I'm making one? Yes. But you know what? If they tell me something is wrong about it, I will fix it. That's just the kind of person I am. If I get something wrong, I'm gonna fix it. They're like, oh no, you should have done this type of thing or added this type of thing. I'm like, alright, bet. I fix. Now, of course, that will be infinitely harder to do if I actually finish the design and have already rigged it. But I'm thinking, as long as I can convey the base ideas of this mystical serpent for the different cultures, I'll be happy, because it'll get people thinking about different kinds of dragons and serpents, and I love it. I want people to think about them. I want people to want to explore folklore. If someone comes to me and they're like, I have this idea for this VTuber and it's based off of some folklore, I'll be like, oh my god, yes please, sign up. Now I can see here where I've made a little bit of a kerfuffle, a little bit of a mistake that I need to fix. There we go. Even out the line there. Not good enough though. Much better. Now we are gonna beat fill this, although I have a feeling it's not gonna go that great. Just because it was, yep, look at all that. I was very uneven with my painting job, and this is the evidence. Oh my god, no way. I'm just dumb. Okay, moving on. No, I drew a line. Okay, moving on. Surely I'm not. Ah! Go back. There's a little bit of jankiness here. I can see it. So I am gonna try and fix any jankiness that might be by randomly coloring in spots where I think there might be a problem. Everything must be immaculate because I'm a perfectionist. There shouldn't be any problems now. Keyword shouldn't. Now, I have every intention of shading this, I swear. Okay. Now, very important things here. We're gonna put it underneath the tail. No, underneath the wings. I know my words. Now, it's not gonna have the same elaborate scales as the other thing, but that is mostly because we will do that in rigging. Because I can clip the scales layer I'm using for everything else to this as well. See, so far, it's nice and simple and cute. Right, okay, now. Why must you cause me problems today? Problem. I fixed the problem. My footsies are asleep. Oh, okay. Now. For this part, we also gonna do the shading. Ooh. Okay. What if I just... Can I? I just... Very carefully. I don't know if it looks more stabby that way. I want to say it does. If we do this. Much better, looks much better. Now we're just gonna make a little folder, and it froze. Cool. Alright, we're gonna make a folder for the tail, even though it's just 2 parts. Helps me keep things organized. Now. Perfect. I just slid everything into the same folder so I can do that with it. And this time, for realsies, we can, up the color here. And pop back in the sketch. And because we don't need the wings or tails anymore, we're going to focus on this one. Actually, we're just going to focus on the hair. Give that a quick little save. Now, the sad thing is here, I don't exactly know. Like, where's my notes? Somewhere I had notes on this character design. That's Sailor Pluto, that's not gonna help me. Okay. I I said green, red, or yellow for the colors. I think I'll go for a red. Yeah. So I'm gonna take this liner that we used for the wings and the tail, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna deepen it quite a bit. Do it a little bit more here. And use that. Now, as you can see, you can still see the dot in the sketch where I said this is where all of the hair is being derived from. All of it's coming from this spot here. Okay. So, I'm thinking we're gonna start from the back and work our way forward with the hair. Probably. Me? Oh, mouth. Yeah, no, that doesn't help me. Alright, so I'm just gonna have to work with the sketch that I have. Now, if the hair is asymmetrical like this, you're probably gonna want to have the ruler turned off. However, as you see at the base here, I'm pretty sure that's identical. So for the bottom part, I am going to have to turn on the symmetry ruler. I kind of wanted her hair to look feathery, almost. There was no reasoning for that, because she's not a feathered type of dragon. I just felt like having her hair look feathery. Okay, so now from here, we want to Not quite, not quite. No, I can see where it's going wrong. Like, for example, this would be where I have that. Which, at this point, I do have to turn off the symmetry ruler because that doesn't work for me. Oh, what are we doing now? Okay, that'll have to do for now. Okay. Now the main question I have is, what color do I actually want to have the hair be? Thinking about starting with this color that I actually had for the, I had words, they vanished. For the lines for the wings and tail. Okay, there we go. That's where it was. Mark that as a reference layer, and we're gonna attempt to do the good old enclose and fill. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna have to do some fixing. Now, what I'm gonna do... Usually I do a darker color on the base of the hair, but I'm thinking about being a little different today. Instead, doing a nice softer color at the base of the hair. Make a darker one at the top. Softer one at the bottom. Yeah, we're gonna make it more of a pinkish sort of, yeah. Where's the OG color? Here. This one longing to be thinner, that one wants to get the girl, and do I help them? Yes, indeed. Those poor unfortunate souls, so sad, so true. They come flocking to my cauldron, crying, "Spells, Ursula, please!" And I help them. Yes, I do. So prepare for a chance of a lifetime. Be prepared for sensational news. A shining new era is tiptoeing nearer. And where do we feature? Just listen to teacher. I know it sounds sordid, but you'll be rewarded when at last I am given my dues. And injustice deliciously square. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Usually, for the hair, I have this little pencil tool that I use. A lot of people use paintbrushes. I have this pencil. feet. I see her, sun caught in her raven hair, blazing me out of control. Like fire, hellfire, this fire in my skin, this burning desire is turning me to sin. No one's slick as Gaston, no one's quick as Gaston, no one's next as incredibly thick as Gaston. For there's no one in town half as manly. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Whoops! Perfect, a pure paragon. You can ask any Tom, Dick, or Stanley, and they'll tell ya whose team they prefer to be on. No one's been like Gaston, a kingpin like Gaston. No one's got a swell cleft in his chin like Gaston. As a specimen, yes, I'm intimidated. Hello? Oh, wrong one. Ah, no! Mother knows best. Listen to your mother. It's a scary world out there. Mother knows best. One way or another, something will go wrong, I swear. Ruffians, thugs, poison ivy, quicksand, cannibals and snakes, the plague. Also large bugs, men with pointy teeth and stuff. No more, you'll just upset me. Mother's right here. Mother will protect you. Darling, here's what I suggest. Skip gun drama, stay with Mama. Mama knows best. Blur this a little bit. Oh, and yeah, we want that to blur. My nose itches like a lot, terribly. Oh my god, and it's just okay. Transformation Central. Transmogrification Central. Can you feel it? So here's what I'm gonna do. Never actually tried this, but I'm gonna actually take a lighter color and I'm gonna gently sort of airbrush. That. I don't think it did anything. But you lost what you had. It needs to be lighter. So Ali turns out to be merely Aladdin. Just a con, need I go on? Take it from me. His personality flaws. Give me maybe the issue here is that I actually need hold on, I'm figuring out my life here. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this color right here and switch it to normal. We're gonna select the whole layer. It's taking a second to do that. Okay. Then we're gonna paint that. But everything is that dark color. And then we're gonna fiddle fart around with it and make it a slightly lighter color in some places. Okay, no, that's definitely not it. Definitely wouldn't mind doing that. Oh, it's a little aggressive though. Yeah, we're gonna desaturate. Now, I don't know if I like it, but I can always tweak it in the end if I don't. Let me get like a really light color, and then we're actually going to go in here to the hair base, and we're going to use that really light. Okay. Probably not. Okay, maybe better. Everything is an experiment. Come on, Lair, I just want you to rasterize so I can change this line art color. Yes, thank you. We love to see it. Okay, there we go. Now what we're gonna do is, light. Alright, how do I want to do the light? Well, that's not it. Turn back on that ruler. Actually, turn back on that sketch, because I want to see here. So, in theory, I would have the light doing something like... Ooh, I don't... Oh, I think I done goofed it, maybe. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna erase all of that, because I want that to kind of follow the hairline, and I didn't do that, because I'm a silly person. Real easy fix, though. So we're gonna go here to and it's locked. Okay, and then we're gonna go here to this part, and we're gonna just kind of follow it around. So it follows the hair there. Sort of give it this little go around here. Back down to blend. Do a combination of in and out on this one, because it's really close to that now. Do blur. Yes? You can tell by the tone of my voice what an expert I am in the field. We're gonna do this right over top of this. Maybe I just want to do the top, the entire top of the head like that, but I don't know. Probably not. You want to do that portion though. Now. Let's go in here, and we're gonna come in, and we're gonna just very... That's not too bad. Now, the one thing that's gonna really change my mind on how I feel about this is how it looks when I move everything to the back of the model. It might look atrocious. Like that? Let's be honest. That is way too dark compared to what I was actually going for. So I will have to tweak some colors to make it actually fit what I was going for, because that is way too dark. Not just dark, but desaturated in general. Okay. I think, I might tweak this just a little bit more before I do the main tweaking, which is... There, so that'll be blended a little bit better at least, and then maybe I can do the same kind of up here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is merge those layers. Well, that was English. Merge those layers. Merge those layers together. And then I'm going to go up here to edit and tonal correction. Hue, saturation, luminosity. First thing I want it to be more saturated. More luminous. Now in terms of hue, no. See, that does put it more in tune with this. Then I feel like it's not not vibrant enough. That might be too bright. Maybe not. Okay, so that is much, much better. It matches the wings more, although that's not necessarily what I was going for, but it's definitely better than what I had. Of course, if I always wanted to, I could make the hair like a completely different color. I don't know that that would work very well. Yeah, I don't really vibe with it as a gold as much. See, that's more of a peach. the question therein becomes, do I want the hair to be a peach color, or do I want to continue with the pink sort of cherry blossom vibe? Depending on how things go, I may or may not have to, like, recolor the horns. It's not very difficult, though, but for now, this'll do. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. So, I just made a little notation of the settings that I'm doing to adjust the hair colors here. And in order to have the hair colors match, I am literally just going to do everything in the original colors I picked and then adjust them with the same adjustments. Now, if you had picked the hair colors correctly in the beginning, this would not be a problem, but this is my fault. So, back part of the hair, donezo. Done-a-rooney. Perfect. As you can see, though, there's more. Actually, I made a notation, but now I'm, like, super paranoid that I'm gonna, like, pick the wrong colors. I'm gonna just go in here, and I'm gonna, like... Okay, so if we're moving forward to backward, I need to do... something I'm gonna call... Okay. I'm not even gonna call him anything for now. Let's turn off the ruler because it's very asymmetrical from here. that little part of hair. Lots of different moving parts. Okay, so that should be all the side hair pieces. I'm gonna hide all those for now. Actually, you know what? I don't even wanna... Okay. And with that, I can just show you the chaos that is every single hairpiece drawn, but not colored. Alright, give that a nice little save right there. Ah! I dropped my pen. Alrighty. Now, I will admit, we could have gotten more done today if I didn't have to spend an hour renaming all the files, but I learned a new thing and I wanted to put it into practice. So, we managed to start working on the hair, although not finish it. But since we finished the base of the body, a good portion of the work is indeed done now, so we really have just the hair and the clothes and any extras for emotion toggles. Which, that should be an interesting tutorial, honestly, because a lot of the emotion toggles you can handle without adding extra bits, but for the most part, just kind of like, some things look nicer if you add extra parts for the toggles, like effects and things like that. I did draw out a base idea of what I wanted the emotion toggles to look like first, which, to be honest, I highly recommend for most people, just because the way the emotions are conveyed can greatly impact the way your character comes across. If your character is a serious character, you don't want them to have goofy expression toggles, and vice versa. So it is important to put some thought into what you actually want to achieve with your emotion toggles, especially what kind of emotion toggles you want to have. Because, oh, maybe you don't want or need, like, a happy toggle, because you're just default, you're just, like, happy all the time, so why would you need a happy toggle? Or, you know, maybe you just look grumpy all the time, so you, like, really need a happy toggle to be able to convey that you're happy to people, because, like me, your face is just default filled with apathy, and you need a little help getting your emotions across. But yeah, it looks fine, even though it's just the lines for the hair right now, but it's floofy. I love floofy hair, so I'm kind of biased when it comes to floofy hair. But you can get some really nice physics going with straight hair as well. I just like the bounce that the floof gets. Like, I try really hard to get it like a little floofy bounce. But I hope I get the hair done soon enough, because as soon as I finish working on the hair, it's smooth sailing from there. At least I'd like to think so, depending on how complex my brain made the clothing. Hopefully I didn't make it too complex. But yeah, so you can bask in the glory of the work as I hunt down someone to raid, because I am getting ready to end. I usually stream for only about 3 hours, and stuff. Alright, let's see. Who's streaming today? Ow, I'm pinching all over my skin. Why does it hurt? Okay, let me see here. Alright, so there's a couple of art streamers I have. Couple art streamers. Okay, let me see. Is someone playing Osu? There's someone's baking. Ooh, an anniversary. Hold on, let me go over here. What game? It's just labeled as just chatting. Okay. I don't know what this game is. Alright, if I have to take a wild guess, I feel like this might be Monster Hunter?